Xabi Alonso is redefining Real Madrid, but can his tactics turn moments of individual brilliance into a cohesive, unstoppable force? Today, we break down his high press, smart rotations, and strategic innovations that are transforming Los Blancos on and off the ball. Xabi Alonso's first full season in charge of Real Madrid has been defined by a delicate balance between tactical ambition and growing pains. Appointed with the mission of modernizing Los Blancos, Alonso has sought to implement a clear strategic framework built on structured pressing, vertical progression, and collective compactness. His vision is unmistakable, but the 2025-26 season has already exposed the distance between ideology and execution. Against deep defensive blocks, Real Madrid continue to encounter familiar problems. Ball circulation often lacks tempo and positional clarity, forcing the team to rely heavily on individual excellence from Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius Jr. While these moments of brilliance can decide matches, they also conceal deeper structural issues that limit Madrid's ability to consistently break down organized defenses. Those limitations were ruthlessly exposed in the Madrid derby. Despite taking the lead through sheer quality, Real Madrid struggled to impose control as Atletico Madrid's derby tactics neutralized Alonso's attacking intentions. Diego Simeone's rigid defensive organization disrupted Madrid's rhythm, forcing sterile possession and preventing sustained pressure in advanced areas. The match ultimately became a defensive breakdown, highlighting Madrid's inability to adapt in-game when their initial plan was denied. This pattern echoed earlier in the season during the Club World Cup defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. On both occasions, Real Madrid appeared caught between identities, neither fully committed to Alonso's emerging system nor capable of reverting to the pragmatic dominance that defined previous eras. The result is a team in tactical transition, still searching for cohesion in elite-level encounters. One of the most significant aspects of the evolving Xabi Alonso strategy has been the transformation of Real Madrid's defensive approach. Rather than reacting passively without the ball, Madrid are now encouraged to engage higher up the pitch, refining their pressing structure and controlling the moments immediately after possession is lost. This emphasis on the Real Madrid high press marks a clear departure from the inconsistencies of recent seasons. Alonso has prioritized collective coordination, ensuring the defensive line is supported by a stable rest defense before attacks fully develop. This structural discipline has reduced the volume of direct counter-attacks conceded, forcing opponents into longer and riskier passing sequences rather than exploiting open spaces in transition. More importantly, Madrid are no longer defending solely to survive. High turnovers have become a deliberate attacking weapon, with an increasing share of chances originating from pressure-induced recoveries in advanced zones. Under Alonso, defending and attacking are interconnected phases of the same tactical idea. Pressing is not an emergency response, but a proactive method of chance creation. While the execution remains inconsistent, the direction is clear. The foundations of a new Real Madrid identity are being laid, one built on control, aggression, and collective responsibility. Whether this evolution can mature quickly enough to dominate the biggest matches remains the defining question of Alonso's early tenure. This season, Real Madrid have recorded 53 high turnovers, with 15 leading to shots and 4 culminating in goals. These figures highlight the core of Xabi Alonso's tactical philosophy. The team is no longer passive without the ball. Instead, Madrid actively convert defensive pressure into direct attacking opportunities, making turnovers a deliberate weapon in their offensive strategy. Real Madrid's build-up dynamics under Xabi Alonso. One of the most distinctive features of Real Madrid's build-up under Alonso is the deployment of the number 6 dropping between the center-backs. This adjustment appears both in the initial phase of play and during progression into midfield, effectively creating a temporary back three that stretches the opponent's pressing structure. By positioning himself deeper, the holding midfielder draws an opposing midfielder out of position, destabilizing the central block. Simultaneously, the winger drifts inside toward the second third while remaining wide enough to complicate the defensive decision-making. If the opponent closes the passing lane to the winger, central areas become vulnerable. Conversely, if they follow the dropping 6, the half spaces open up, precisely the zones where Kylian Mbappé thrives. This pattern has been particularly evident when Aurelien Tchouaméni slots between the center-backs to initiate the build-up. Vinicius Jr.'s movement into central midfield further expands the pitch while providing an interior passing option. Federico Valverde's advanced positioning pulls opposition full-backs into engagement, further destabilizing their defensive shape. The outcome is a sophisticated manipulation of the opposition's midfield line. Opponents are forced to either step up and press or remain passive, both scenarios generating exploitable gaps. This mechanism consistently creates the pockets of space that allow Mbappé to receive the ball in advanced central areas and drive Real Madrid toward goal. Through these structural innovations, Alonso's Real Madrid not only control possession but actively shape attacking opportunities from the build-up, demonstrating the practical implementation of his strategic philosophy in elite-level matches. Ultimately, this phase of play illustrates Xabi Alonso's broader philosophy, using positional rotations not merely to retain possession, but to actively provoke and dismantle opposition structures. This approach provides Real Madrid with a controlled yet consistently dangerous route into attack, reflecting a sophisticated implementation of Alonso's strategic vision. Exploiting space through the third-man run, Alonso's offensive mechanism. One of the most impactful attacking innovations under Alonso has been the consistent use of the third-man run to destabilize compact defensive blocks. The concept is simple but tactically profound. Rather than relying solely on direct combinations between two players, involving a third runner introduces a dynamic layer that forces defenders into uncomfortable decisions. This mechanism allows Real Madrid to progress the ball more efficiently, locate free players in advanced positions, and transform seemingly static possession phases into high-threat sequences. It is particularly effective against disciplined defensive units that seek to compress space and deny passing lanes. A striking example came during the high-scoring Madrid derby, where Atletico Madrid emerged 5-2 victors. Despite the defeat, Alonso's side showcased the potential of the third-man run. Dani Carvajal played a pass into Federico Valverde in the right half space before immediately initiating a forward run. Kylian Mbappé drifted wider, pulling Atletico's left back out of position. As Valverde released the ball into Mbappé, the French forward became the second link, with Carvajal advancing as the third man into the now vacant channel. This sequence created an advanced passing option behind Atletico's midfield line, cutting through their compact structure. It exemplifies Alonso's intent, making Real Madrid less predictable by encouraging players to manipulate space intelligently while maintaining possession. Integrating the third-man run into attacking patterns ensures Madrid continually stretches and tests opponents, maintaining consistent pathways into dangerous areas. Vinicius Jr.'s dynamic role in transitions under Alonso. Another key tactical evolution this season is the redefinition of Vinicius Jr.'s role, particularly in transitional phases. Traditionally the direct outlet in counter-attacks, Vinicius now functions as a multifunctional threat. Beyond receiving the ball and driving at defenders, his movement shapes attacking sequences and opens space for teammates. Early La Liga data demonstrates his influence. In just 5 matches, Vinicius has produced 14 shot-creating actions, 4 of which directly led to goals. These statistics underline both his creative impact and his ability to exploit transitions, a central pillar of Alonso's Real Madrid strategy. By combining high turnover pressure, intelligent positional rotations, and dynamic runs from players like Vinicius, Madrid are developing a multi-dimensional attacking identity that merges control, unpredictability, and clinical execution. Intelligent off-ball movements in transition. One of the most significant aspects of Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid this season is their work without the ball, particularly through Vinicius Jr. Alonso has leveraged Vinicius' pace and dribbling threat as a decoy, deliberately positioning him to manipulate defensive lines and create space for teammates. In transitions, Vinicius frequently makes aggressive diagonal runs that pull multiple defenders out of position, opening passing lanes elsewhere. Against Real Oviedo, while leading 1-0, 4 Madrid players surged forward in transition. Instead of moving wide left as expected, Vinicius darted diagonally inside, dragging Oviedo defenders and creating a clear passing lane for Kylian Mbappé, resulting in a dangerous scoring opportunity. A similar pattern emerged during the Club World Cup clash with Paris Saint-Germain. Positioned centrally against PSG's defensive line, Vinicius delayed his movement before sharply shifting toward the left as Aurélien Tchouaméni advanced from midfield. His run drew both center-backs, vacating a critical pocket at the edge of the penalty area for Tchouaméni to exploit. This intelligent off-ball movement highlights how Alonso is refining Vinicius' attacking responsibilities. Rather than serving solely as the endpoint of counters, Vinicius has evolved into a dynamic facilitator whose positioning stretches, distracts, and destabilizes defensive blocks. By combining direct and indirect threats, Alonso ensures Madrid's transitions are multi-layered, unpredictable, and difficult to defend. The attacking contributions of Mbappé and Arda Güler. Arda Güler has emerged as a creative force for Real Madrid in the 2025-26 season. The young midfielder has already generated 21 chances, converting 3 into assists, demonstrating his capacity to unlock defensive lines with precise passing. His shooting profile is equally notable: 11 attempts, 7 from inside the penalty area, yielding 3 goals with a total XG of 2.19. Güler combines intelligent positioning with decision-making, ensuring that his presence enhances Madrid's attacking versatility. Kylian Mbappé continues to exemplify world-class efficiency as Madrid's primary goalscorer. Across 572 minutes, he has netted 7 goals from 36 shots, supported by a cumulative XG of 6.1. His XG per shot of 0.17 underscores his ability to consistently find high-quality chances rather than relying on speculative attempts. Beyond statistics, Mbappé's movement stretches opposition defenses and integrates seamlessly with Alonso's attacking structure, ensuring every sequence carries a significant goal threat. Together, Vinicius' off-ball intelligence, Güler's creativity, and Mbappé's finishing efficiency embody the practical outcomes of Alonso's strategic philosophy. Real Madrid are increasingly able to convert tactical mechanisms, whether through high turnovers, third-man runs, or positional rotations, into tangible attacking opportunities, shaping a dynamic, multi-dimensional offensive identity. Alonso's use of overloading to manipulate space. One of the most defining tactical mechanisms Xabi Alonso has introduced this season is the strategic use of overloading specific zones to create exploitable spaces elsewhere. The principle is simple yet tactically profound. By concentrating numbers in one area of the pitch, the opposition is forced to commit extra defenders, leaving other zones less protected. This approach not only destabilizes opponents' defensive structures but also opens high-value areas for progression. For Alonso, overloading fits perfectly within his philosophy of provoking defensive responses rather than relying solely on spontaneous creativity. A clear example occurred against Espanyol. Madrid initially overloaded the right half space, drawing several Espanyol midfielders and defenders into a compressed area. Meanwhile, Vinicius Jr. stayed wide on the left, stretching the pitch and maintaining the threat of a switch. Once the overload was established, Madrid quickly shifted the attack to the left flank, pulling Espanyol's defensive block out of balance. This rapid change created a vacant central zone, allowing a late-arriving Madrid player to exploit it in an advanced position. The tactical significance of overloading lies in its dual effect, testing the opponent's ability to shift laterally at pace while providing Madrid's runners from deeper positions a clear route into dangerous areas. In Alonso's system, overloading is not just about numerical superiority, it's about timing, intention, and turning positional dominance into tangible attacking opportunities. Conclusion: Xabi Alonso's attempt to redefine Real Madrid's identity remains a work in progress, reflecting both the potential of his tactical vision and the limitations of a squad caught between eras. The hallmarks of his approach, structured pressing, intelligent rotations in build-up, strategic manipulation of space, are already evident, offering glimpses of a team capable of modern tactical cohesion. Inconsistencies, particularly against well-drilled opponents in high-stakes matches, show that this Madrid side is still evolving. However, Alonso has provided a clear framework built on active defending, multi-layered transitions, and attacking mechanisms designed to provoke, stretch, and dismantle opposition structures. The development of players such as Arda Güler, the tactical refinement of Vinicius Jr., and the ruthless efficiency of Kylian Mbappé demonstrate how individual brilliance can now operate within a deliberate collective strategy. Ultimately, Real Madrid under Alonso are a team in transition, bridging tradition and innovation while searching for a new identity capable of sustaining success at the highest level. The outcome will depend on Alonso's tactical ingenuity and the club's ability to evolve its personnel and maintain patience. For now, Madrid are no longer defined solely by individual moments of genius but by an evolving blueprint that, if refined, could establish a new era of tactical maturity at the Bernabeu. If you enjoyed this deep tactical analysis of Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso, make sure to like this video, subscribe to HalaDNA, and hit the notification bell so you never miss in-depth match breakdowns, player analysis, and the latest insights on El Clasico and beyond. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Alonso's system can bring Madrid back to the top?